Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through all of the trending stories that everyone in Dubai is talking about. Our top story: Dubai rents rise by 26% this year.
And we'll also be talking about Elon Musk issuing a warning about AI at the World Government Summit that took place in Dubai yesterday.
There is a 51k fine on the streets of Abu Dhabi if you do this one thing.
And of course, one of South Africa's biggest comedians is coming to Dubai, so all the details on that.
And do stay tuned, because later in the show, we're going to be joined by a 12-year-old racing driver, Ray Al Haber. He is award-winning, doing the most in his racing car career. But before we get into all of that, Simran and I had an absolute blast 5 minutes before the show, because we found a conversation on Reddit. And it might be the best conversation on Reddit we've seen this year.
It was giving. Oh my God. Okay, fine. The question, should I ask or do you want to ask?
I think it's important that you do.
Okay, so on Reddit, I think the question that has taken over the entire platform is it not proper to eat shawarma? Sorry, I'm going to start again. Is it improper to eat shawarma for lunch?
And they have a valid reason for asking this question. They say, many places only offer shawarma in the evenings and not for lunch. Why is this? Is it considered improper to eat shawarmas for lunch in the Arab culture? It's a genuine question, because I think this Reddit user is concerned about the lack of shawarma available during the daytime.
That is on point, because it's true a lot. Like literally a majority of the cafeterias and restaurants out there, they only serve and make and prepare shawarmas evening onwards. But the comments are so funny. You guys, Reddit is so giving. So it's like you start scrolling and people are just like, at first they're genuinely answering the question.
They're like, nah, it's fine, eat it whatever you want. Until Raider jumps in and he says, it's if you commit such an act of hearsay, the secret shawarma police are deployed to eliminate you. Even talking about them is dangerous. So I hope you appreciate the risk I took by
and people are just like, oh my, has he revealed the shawarma police? You don't talk about the shawarma police. It's a very random conversation, but it is so funny if you've seen it on Reddit.
Don't mess with the shawarma police. We can't talk about them. No one's allowed to talk about them. This could get us in trouble. There's
literally what I've been warning people about for ages here. Stop talking about the shawarma police. They are watching you at a...
Reddit user silenced. Shawarma hearsay. Rolling protests by neighborhood as supporters chicken out.
Eliminated.
And the secret is out. They sell shawarma in the evening. And then someone gets into the proper answers. And everyone's like, no, just get back in your box. We're only talking about the shawarma police right now. However, let's go back to the key question. Why is there less shawarma during the day? I have a response.
Oh, you do? You have an answer?
I have a suggestion.
What?
Because the only real way to eat shawarma is if it's doused in that garlic aioli, you know, and it's too much for the middle of the day. Too much flavor in your mouth. It's too much garlic in the middle of the day. So you have to wait till the evening, or you could like offend your colleagues with your garlic breath.
You know what? You're so smart. I'm sure that's why. So if that is a concern and you guys are really, craving a shawarma during the day, just opt for a falafel, a nice veggie wrap instead of a shawarma.
Oh no, shawarma is so good with all the garlic. It's great.
You can put garlic in the falafel wrap. It's almost the same thing.
This is Simran's platform for promoting vegetarianism. Either way, get on to Reddit because that's a great conversation. Let's jump into our top story that's concerning residents today. Dubai rents shoot up by 26% this year. It has been a great year to be working real estate in Dubai, not so much if you are house hunting. Dubai's property market has picked up a strong post-COVID recovery with an outstanding sales performance in 2022. So like we said, if you're on the Dubai Hustle Show, you're doing well. This has been supported by the sharp increase in Dubai's off-plan and secondary property sales, which pushed the market to a record new high with the highest number of transactions and the highest value of transactions, according to the latest Property Finder report.
So what does that mean for me and you and Casey and everyone involved? So in 2022, tenants changed their behavior, preferring owning a home instead of renting, driven by the surge of an average market value of 25%. Now, the average rent prices for apartments rose by 25% in 2022 in comparison to 2021, and while villa rents increased by 26%.
So there you go. And I think a couple of days ago, we talked about the most desirable hoods that people are looking at. We looked at top 5 for villas, top 5 for apartments. So the kind of like Palm Jumeirah area, Business Bay, downtown, all of that for apartments. And then for villas, it's Arabian Ranches 1, 2, and 3. Who even knew there were 3? Dubai Hills Estate and Palm Jumeirah. But the latest is, if you are looking for a new place this year, expect that sharp rise. And they say that will be sustained. So they're actually not expecting a dip in the coming months. That's going to stay. So if you are in a place, I would recommend staying there. And if your landlord tries to raise your rate by 26%, they cannot do that because the laws are with you as a tenant according to RERA. So don't let that happen. Know that the laws are in your favor. I feel like I sound like I'm in Hunger Games.
Oh, sorry.
We see you, tenants. Do not let them raise it by 26%. They can't do it.
Do not volunteer as tribute and leave your house. Stay put. Hold on. Because apparently from a spokesperson that we had from the Dubai Land Department earlier last month, he said that rents are supposed to stabilize by the end of this year. So hopefully, fingers crossed, you know, like just like if you're really not able to cope up in your apartment or the place and you're looking to move out, but the high rents are like a concern for you, then just like, you know, put up for another year and then next year probably you'll see rents stabilizing a little bit more.
So a word of warning for us to you, ride it out. Someone else who's issuing warnings was yesterday at the World Government Summit.
So Elon Musk issued a warning about AI at the World Government Summit. So on day 3 of the World Government Summit, which is WGS, Elon Musk, the CEO of SpaceX, Tesla, Neuralink, and a few other companies that are changing the world as we know it, joined the conversation virtually and dropped some knowledge bombs about the regulation of artificial intelligence. Now, the slogan for this year's WGS is Shaping Future Governments, and it's brought together 10,000 international government officials, global experts, and decision makers. And on Wednesday, the billionaire executive Elon Musk virtually discussed the impact of social media and his upcoming one-stop shop app for all things digital called X.com, as well as the dangers of artificial intelligence, AI, among other current concerns.
So if you're watching the video beside us at the summit, Musk strongly emphasized the need to regulate AI to ensure its safety. AI is coming a long way in recent years and it's only getting more advanced. As we've basically seen with ChatGPT and other products, it's essential to ensure that it's being developed in a way that doesn't put people at risk. So Musk called attention to the need for regulatory bodies to oversee public safety, as done for inventions such as aircraft, cars, and medicine, i.e. regulate. AI is no different. It's an advanced technology that has the potential to be at risk to people, and we need to make sure that it's being developed safely and responsibly.
So Musk also explained why slowing down AI development could be a good thing. Now, some people might argue that regulating AI could slow down its development. And to be fair, that's a valid concern. However, Elon Musk thinks that slowing down AI development could actually result in better. And it would give programmers more time to consider the potential risks and how they can be mitigated.
Musk also spoke about the need for a trusted digital sphere with the least amount of censorship allowed by law. The internet can be a pretty wild place, as we know. And social media platforms like Twitter have a lot of power to shape public opinion. It's important to have a space where people can exchange ideas and opinions freely without fear of censorship or persecution. Coming from the man who owns Twitter, not surprising that that's his thoughts on the thing. But what is interesting to me is his call for the regulation of AI. It's scary.
It's scary, but it's I don't know. It's fascinating, right? Like we're literally at the. So AI was always available, right? Like to secret intelligence, to all these because Elon Musk works so closely with AI, right? Like Neuralink, SpaceX. It's all to do with artificial intelligence, and he's literally like the trailblazer in that department. So for him to say that we need regulation, it's like interesting.
I think he's concerned that he's unleashed something on the public that we don't even comprehend, and now he's taking a step back thinking everyone now has access to this phenomenal technology that is going to change the way we work, change the way we live and work, essentially. It's so powerful. I think it's nearly too late for him to say it needs to be regulated. Like, this should have been his thought process like 10 years ago.
Yeah, but I think it is being rolled out slowly, to be honest, because right now we have like a few AI websites, ChatGPT and a few other that, like take your commands and then they make art and then they make presentations. Like we have a few websites. So it's like coming out in like short bursts. Like now we're seeing websites. Later we'll see more enhanced versions. Like it's just going to this is just the beginning,
Imagine like code me a website and it's done. Wow. So either we can look at it as a super scary technology or it's like a fancy calculator.
A very fancy calculator. This really reminds me of that AI whole, there was a video that was generated by AI of like the evolution of humans from apes to sapiens and then to robots and then to buildings and then to concrete. It was just like, I feel like it's actually happening. We're going through that right now.
Well, that is the latest from the World Government Summit. It's beyond me. Something more in my sphere of understanding. It's a 51,000 dirham fine for jumping a red light in Abu Dhabi. You have been warned. Running a red light in the capital could land you a 51,000 dirham fine. This actually has been ongoing for a couple of years. It's a reminder, and there's some slight changes in terms of the number of days. So the fines on Abu Dhabi roads differ to Dubai, and they are particularly strict, famously particularly strict. Now, the actual fine for running a red light is 1,000 dirham. However, motorists who jump a red light will also be subject to the following criteria.
So a 1,000 dirham fine, 12 traffic points, your vehicle will be impounded for 12 days, and then you will need to pay 50,000 dirhams to release your impounded vehicle. Now, that is the lowdown on this car situation in Abu Dhabi, and that is a lot of money. 50,000 dirhams for jumping a red light. You just have to be this goes without saying, but you have to be vigilant on the road regardless. But now knowing that the fines and the consequences are so severe, I think it'll make people all that more, just careful when out there.
100, it would make me nearly reconsider driving to the capital. The driver's license will also be withdrawn for 6 months. As well as that, the vehicle will be impounded until the full fine for releasing the impoundment has been paid. So that your vehicle will be impounded until you've paid that 51k to get it out. It will just make you really, really reconsider your behavior on the road.
But you may think that this is a big amount, right? But then when you really consider why they've put this into place and all the lives that are endangered when someone jumps a red light, it can be so fatal. So this fine is literally nothing, when you compare to the cost of someone's life.
So true. And Abu Dhabi police regularly share this really kind of shocking footage of poor road behavior. And it's obviously, they put in these super strict fines for a reason. It's necessary. They see a lot of kind of unwanted behavior on the road.
Exactly.
There are a lot of accidents, so they have to put these in place. And there's a cause for it, and there's a cause for concern, so it's needed. But yeah, it will definitely make you reconsider your driving style across the UAE, not just Abu Dhabi, hopefully.
Of course, your driving style, anywhere. In that case, also our next story, one of South Africa's biggest comedians is coming to Dubai. So get ready for a night of lols, because we have got an amazing stand-up show for you. The hilarious South African comedian Mark Lottering is bringing his incredible show Uncle Mark to Dubai for one night only on February 24th at the Theatre Mall of the Emirates, brought to you by Blue Blood. And if you're a fan of comedy, You definitely do not want to miss this one. He's best known for making people cry with laughter for over 2 decades and has sold out shows everywhere from South Africa to Australia.
So his humor is relatable and he draws from his own life experiences. If you've watched the show, you'll know all about it. Basically from wrinkles being a sign of a well-lived life. Feel you. To keeping a medicine cabinet full of bottles to stay healthy, yes. So mark your calendars for February 24th at 8:30 p.m. You can get your tickets now, starting at 150 dirham. They're available on Platinum List. And a reminder that you've got to be over 18 and above to attend this event. Now, Lovin Dubai is a very proud media partner of this event. We love stand-up. This is brought to you by the incredible team at Blue Blood. We're very excited about this one. Get your tickets on Platinum List. And that is all we have time for in terms of our news. But join us very, very shortly. We're going to be joined by a 12-year-old racing car driver who's winning awards across the country. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Sit tight, fasten your seatbelts and get ready for this adrenaline-filled conversation. Our guest today is a 10-year-old race car driver who's making a name for himself in the racing world. Just as recently as last week, he won 2 trophies. Welcome to the show, Rael Hammer. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Firstly, how did you get your driver's license? Because from what I know, the age is 17.
I don't know, because I think when karting, driver's license, you're allowed to get when you're 5 or above.
So when did you start driving?
I started driving when I was 6.
Okay, so you've been doing this for a very, very long time. So tell us about school. Are you bunking school today? Do they know you're here?
Well, today there's no school because we're on a weekend.
Right. Are your friends watching?
I don't know.
You don't know.
What school are you in?
In Dubai American Academy, DAA.
And how much training do you have to do for your driving?
Well, I used to train like 2 times a week, but in the championship, you don't really train a lot because now I'm in the championship. So I train when there's a race coming up, like in the week where there's the race, I train. Because last year I trained twice a week because I was training for the championship because I wasn't in it.
So so racing, right? Like, when did you try it? When are you like, okay, mom, dad, I want to do this forever. Like, I want to make this my career. Like, how did that happen?
Because when I was a kid, I always loved cars. I always asked for toy cars on my birthday and Christmas. I always played with cars. And once when I was 4, my dad took me to an F1 race. And then after that, when I was 5, I went to watch my friend Connor in karting. And then I really liked it. So then I asked my dad to start racing. And then I started karting.
Can you remember your first race?
My first race, I think that was in Dubai. I got 3rd in Bambino.
Oh, wow. So what was the most challenging race you've had?
The most challenging race I've had was in the old plate with Denson Chalk because he's number 9 in the world championship. So it was really challenging. And I started crying when I lost because I got 2nd. Till the last corner, I spun and then I got 3rd. But this guy named Achilles, he got a bumper penalty, so I got 2nd.
Wow. And are these all in your age group?
Yeah.
And then do they all come to Dubai to race, or where do you go?
Yeah, I come to Dubai to race, but my dad got a message from people who they race in Europe. They asked me if I can race in Europe in the World Championship.
That's amazing.
Wow, you must be so excited. So are you preparing for that right now? Yeah. And what are some really cool racing terms that you've learned? Like you just said bumper car?
Yeah, like a bumper is when it's called the nose cone. It's like when you hit a car really hard and like they go like this. So that causes you to get a bumper because there's something called a neck brace. If you don't have it, your head can go like this and you can damage your neck.
Okay, so have you had any like scares when you were racing and you're just like...
There's many types of penalties, like when you tramline infringement, there's like these 2 lines, you have to stay in between them, or because if you go out when you're starting the race, but it's only at the start. If you go out a bit, if you go out 2 wheels, you get a 3-second penalty. You go out 4 wheels, you get 10 seconds.
Are you not scared of getting injured?
No.
No.
That's brave. I want to just, for anyone watching, I want to tell everyone how amazing you've done so far, okay? So Ray has won first position last week in 2 international races at Yas Marina Abu Dhabi. Coming first in both races is part of the Rotax Max Challenge Championship. He also won second position in the Dubai Oplate 2023 international race. He won first place in Muscat race 2022, second place in the Al Ain race in 2022. He's won the UAE Bambino Championship, which you said, in 2020, and fourth place the Dubai Oplate in 2019. So it's wins after wins after wins, like top 5 every time. It's amazing. Congratulations. And Simran said you don't get scared?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so who do you look up to? Do you have role models
Max
like Lewis
Verstappen.
Hamilton?
Max Verstappen. He's a He's a 2-time world championship winner.
So is that where you see yourself?
Yeah.
In the future to be a racer
I want
like
to
him?
be like him.
Yeah.
What is the hardest part of the whole driving part?
Well, the hardest part is, the whole thing is hard. It's really hard to learn. Like, to be good at karting, it took me 3 years to become good.
Mm-hmm. So it's like a practice. And do any of your friends do karting as well, or it's just
It's one of my friends called Pierre and Maxime.
Interesting. And then do you look forward to getting your driving license so you can go on to different cars?
Yeah.
But do you have a dream car? When you get your license and you get your own, which car do you want?
For now, my dream car is the Ferrari SF90.
How did we not see that coming?
Same. And do your parents let you drive their car?
Sometimes I
Of course they do. Of course they do.
Exposed. So tell me, in school, when you go back, are your friends really impressed and your
Yeah.
teachers, and they go like, "Wow, the
Yeah, they
racers
are.
here." What is the reaction you get from your friends and teachers?
do something like, "Well done, Ray." Like, "Oh my God, how I wish I can do karting."
Do you have any advice for kids your age if they're watching this show and maybe they want to be race car drivers as well? Do you have any advice for them?
They should always stay calm and breathe while they're in the car, and they should never give up. Because last week in the final race in Abu Dhabi Yas Marina, my friend Omar in the pre-finals, he's a senior, he's like a big race car driver. He was in 5th position, and at the last lap, he overtook 5 people. He took advantage. So he went to first, but
Because
in
he
the
was
finals, he went back.
But still, amazing move.
That's amazing advice. So your point is to stay calm, and then you can
Yeah.
plan your moves.
Always breathe
Always breathe.
and don't become nervous
Wow.
because you can spin a lot.
That's
Like in the Oplay, I was really nervous because it's like a really big race around the whole world.
So what's the next race that you're looking forward to?
The next race is in Al Farsan. It's also a race in Abu Dhabi.
So the next race in Al Farsan, race in Abu Dhabi. In future, we want to see you in Abu Dhabi in the Yas Formula One for sure. But good luck in your career. Thank you so much for joining us. Hi to Mama, by the way, who's here as well. And thank you so much. That's Rhea Labber, who is a racing car driver, award-winning.
10-year-old. That's epic.
That is all we have time for the show today. Thank you very much. Goodbye from us. Oh, fist bump. Boom.
You're welcome.
Boom. Bye, guys.
That was so
That
cute.
was cool.